Hello everyone. Hi, how are you doing? Good, I hope. I am Yvette and you are on my channel. If you are visiting my channel for the very first time, I do gaming, vlogging, working out, just randomness. I'm pretty inconsistent. There have been times when I've been trying to be consistent, but sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. It just does not work out that way for me. Anyways, I am on workout 25. This is my 25th workout. Doing pretty good. Obviously, like I said before in this video, I'm not very consistent. I haven't been consistent with my workouts where I've just gone through the whole period of time just working out on a regular basis. It's kind of been fluctuating up and down. Every once in a while I'll work out, and then a great while I'll just stop, and then once in a while I'll start working out again, and then 2 weeks later, or even not even 2 weeks later, just like a week later, 2 days later, I'll just stop, and then I'll be like, that's when it's like a week later, 2 weeks later, until I start working out again. And I need to stop doing that. And I actually have some motivation now. Mr. Wonderful is working out with me, which is wonderful. I'm very excited about this. There are some troubles right now. Just financial stuff, obviously. Everyone goes through that sort of thing. It's kind of rough, just because obviously I've told everyone that I've made stupid decisions before, and I do regret everything that I've done in the past few months. Yeah, I've messed my life up in the past few months pretty bad. Just because I haven't been thinking straight, been pretty reckless with everything, not caring, not giving a shit. I don't care. I wanted to be nothing, pretty much. I just wanted to I wanted to just be nothing. I wanted to, I don't know exactly how to explain it, because I didn't want to live, but I wanted to live and just be like a void. I don't know exactly how to explain it. I am suffering from depression. I don't know if it's a major depression. I don't know if it's just me over exaggerating things and just being super complicated about things, because that's how I can be at times. A lot of times I don't tend to just get upset over everything on purpose, because I try to honestly think about things through and be like, okay, that person is this way, or this happened because of certain circumstances. It's just, there's certain things that you can think about logically, and then there's certain things where I just blow up. And it's the smaller things too. Sometimes the smaller things just make me super happy, and sometimes they make me really, really sad. I'm all about the details. I want to say I'm very thorough, but at the same time I am very disorganized. I am just a walking contradiction. It's just really hard, because there's one side of me that really wants to just be free and be like this outgoing person and just not care what anyone says, because you know what, their opinions don't matter. The only thing that matters is my feelings and how I feel about myself, that sort of thing. And then there's the other side of me where I'm like, you need to be professional. You need to think about like your actions. You need to think about the future. You need to figure out what's going on. And you know what? Those are good qualities to have, but when you're trying to balance that sort of thing, like, it's super hard to just keep going. Like, okay, let me try to explain this, because I don't make sense a lot of the time. In my head it makes sense, but to everyone else they're just like, you're fucking stupid. Okay, there are times when I can explain things and it comes out perfect and everyone knows exactly what I'm talking about, and then there are times where my words get confungled and that's not a word per se. I don't even know. Honestly, I don't think it is. I just made it up. So don't use that in everyday vocabulary, because it's not a word. Anyways, my brain works a lot faster than my mouth. My mouth has a hard time keeping up, because My brain is going through all these different ideas and I just can't get out the words. I feel like I might have a stutter if I didn't. I would have a stutter if I couldn't control my mouth. Like I would be my brain is weird. My brain, my body, everything's just weird about me. I'm super weird. So awesome. I and back to me. Anyway, back to the situation that I was talking about. You know, I feel bad about what I did, and you know, the only person that could blame myself or blame is me, because I'm the only one that did that sort of thing, and I was so just you know. And you know what sucks is that I need help. I needed help and I asked for help, and you know what? No one gave it to me. No one, I mean, people helped. They were, you know, they helped me, but they didn't actually take the time to be like, you know what? We need to sit down and figure out what's going on with you, or maybe we should talk about some stuff. My family and like me and that, like, I think everyone has problems talking about feelings. That's what I'm trying to really get at. I'm going to say my situation where I was at that point in time, I was surrounded by assholes. The job I was at, I loved my job. I'm not even going to lie. I loved my job. I loved how everything worked. I did my best. I did everything that I possibly could from my job. I just felt like I wasn't doing good enough. I felt like I was being a nuisance to everyone else where I was working and I wasn't doing anything. I felt like I wasn't wanted. Does that make sense? And you know what? There's a lot of people that feel like that when they're at work, you know. But when you're by yourself and you don't have anyone to talk to other than, you know, children, you honestly just, you don't know what to do, because most of the time children are getting on your nerves in the first place. You know, coming home was even stressful because, you know, I had to deal with a lot of other things, and I wasn't in the right place to be in that position, honestly. I honestly don't think I was ready to be in that position to you know, at that point, because I think I was just in a bad place, and I think I was forcing myself to be there because I knew that I needed the money and that I needed to keep this, because if I didn't, then, you know, I was going to lose everything, you know, everything I worked for. Maybe I just thought it was hot shit and, you know, just something needed to knock me down off my pedestal, because I really did think maybe I was a little bit too cocky with my position, because at some point, you know, you have to realize that not everything is just for you and around and revolves around you. I understand. I've always understood that the world never revolved around me. That's not who I am. I'm not someone that thinks so selfishly most of the time. I think that's why I'm really sad a lot, just because I'm always thinking about what other people, I'm worried. I'm always worried about stuff. Constantly worried. I just don't show it very well. If I'm around people, no one really knows that I'm depressed. They think that I'm fine. They don't think that I'm anything. They don't think I'm, you know, mentally fucked up. Like, they don't. I think I'm perfectly fine. But I'm not. I'm not fine. I'm not gonna lie to anyone anymore. I'm not fine. I am in a really weird place. I have my bad days. I have my good days. The past couple days they've been okay. I mean, I'm trying to think of positive things and be optimistic. And, you know, working out is something that really helps me get through everything. It's been a rough couple of years for me. I mean, I'm not even going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for anyone. I mean, there's a lot of people that have had a worse life than I have had. But I've had a bad life. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I went through a lot of shit that people don't know about, no one knows anything about. And yeah, you know what, that may be my fault because I didn't tell anyone. But you know what, it's there, it's bottled up because I didn't tell anyone, and that's making me feel like I'm worthless. Does that, I don't know if that makes sense. And, me talking to a camera doesn't exactly assure me that I make sense. But I'm hoping that I do. And it's just been rough for me. When you grow up with, like, such a bad, like, experiences growing up, you start thinking so negatively about the world. You're not positive anymore. You try to be, you can be, and most people who think positively are people who work hard and do things like that. But sometimes bad things happen to good people. I think I make my own decisions, and I think sometimes I just make the wrong one, and it just bites me in the ass a lot of the times. I really do. I feel bleh. Just because there's not that much going on in my life right now. There's really not. There's nothing going on in my life other than just me being stressed because of, certain situations right now that I have no effect over. It's just waiting. It's just the wait game. And then I'm just impatient, so that doesn't help either. I live in the past too much because I wish I could go back and fix a lot of things that happened, or at least go back. I wish I could go back and tell myself, my younger self, not when I was 18, not when I was 15, not when I was 13. When I was like 6 or 7. I want to go back to that point and tell myself that everything's gonna be okay. And to tell me, no matter what you do, I'm like the ugliest car in the world. So disgusting. And just tell myself everything's gonna be okay, and just hold me and just love myself. I went through some shit when I was a kid. Because the only way you get to a healthier me, I would have to say, is to let go of stuff. And a lot of stuff is still lingering. I mean, I shouldn't let it. But when shit starts, when you're a 6-year-old kid, it's just, I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right. I didn't ask for it. No one else asked for it. But, you don't sit around and talk and, have discussions about things that may have happened. Maybe about things that have happened and that, they've overcome, or, happy events that happened, like marriages, or just funny pastimes, that sort of thing. You talk about that, but you never sit around and talk about the miserable things. You don't sit around and say, hey, you know what? We need to talk about my dad beating my ass. Or, you know what? We need to talk about what happened to me when I was a kid. We need to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff that we need to talk about. How come you never helped me? How come, when I came to you for help, you never did anything for me? There are parents that are really good parents, and they're involved in their kids' life, and they have a balance between, friends and work and family, and, that's, they have just balance, and they work everything out, and they're involved with their kids, and they play with their kids, and they, think, and they talk, and they have conversations, and, they just do a whole bunch of different things. And then there are the parents that are always on Facebook saying how much of a good parent they really are. Because honestly, if you're on Facebook, you wouldn't have to say you're a really good parent, because if you were on Facebook, the only thing you would be posting are probably pictures of your kids. And those are the parents that are actually being a part of their children's lives. And I'm not necessarily saying just because you take pictures of your kids makes you a really good parent. No. Because I know a bunch of people that take pictures of their kids and put them on the internet, and you're just like, no, that's not okay. not trying to get into the whole topic of, parents not taking care of their kids, because you know what, that's something that, people need to work on themselves. People just need to realize that your kids don't take care of themselves. You made them for a reason. You opened your legs. You're the one that fucking made it. They didn't ask to be made. You did. Now you get off your ass. You get off your ass. You go clean the fucking house. You go make sure your baby is fucking fed. You make sure that that baby has clothes on his back, that his hair looks good, and that he is presentable. Because you know what? I'd rather see a nice looking baby and a fucking shitty ass looking mom than a nice looking mom and a shitty ass looking baby any day. Tell you that much right now. Someone got their priorities right. Anyway, I'm just saying that people need to be more open when they're talking with family members, that sort of thing. Because you know what? There are things in the past that have happened, and I think people just need to talk about it. And I can't keep it inside anymore. I am not going to be the one that's silent anymore. I'm going to fucking talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. Because you know what? Shit happened to me. And I'm not gonna fucking be ashamed of it. Okay? It happened. I need to talk about it. I need to get the fuck over it. And I need to quit being a fucking crying ass baby. Just like I was earlier. And you know what? People need to help me. And if you don't want to, and you don't want to listen to me, then fine, go ahead. You don't need to support me. That's not what I'm asking. What I'm asking is I want people to either subscribe or, you could just leave a comment. Just leave a comment. Tell me if you've ever had, if you had a situation where you wanted to talk to your family members and you didn't feel like you could talk to that person. Just let me know what happened, situation, that sort of thing. Because you know what, not every family is perfect, and of course they have problems, and people piss each other off and that sort of thing. But it's just nonsense. It's nonsense. We're family. If you are a family, you should be able to open up to each other, unless you're one of those fucked up families that just want to screw each other over because you fucked my sister and my brother. That's fucked up. But I'm just saying, it's just too much. It's just too much. It's too much. I want to go into this more. I would love to talk more about certain things. I'm not going to do it consecutively, like every day. Maybe once a week I'll start talking about certain things. Maybe it'll be like my little therapy session, because I do feel a little bit better about talking openly, just not caring. As for right now, I think I'm going to tell you guys about my workout, because I made a really big boo-boo, and let me explain my situation, because you know what? I messed up, okay? So I feel like I'm trying to explain myself to my boss right now and be like, okay, so you see, I went from point A to point B and I got stuck somewhere between there, and that's why I'm like, okay, what happened is I got really excited and whatnot, because Mr. Wonderful was working out with me again, or I think it was just maybe, I don't exactly remember what happened, okay? All I know is that I was super excited to work out, and I did it, and I thought I had turned on the camera, and I guess I didn't. So, here I am. I have to explain it all. I'm not going to show you the moves because they're pretty basic. You know what? You could just go to the video. Okay, if you watch me work out, it's just solely for my progress. So that way I can look back and see, okay, I have to work on that. I can't be doing that for no more. I need to get my butt down. I need to squat lower. That sort of thing, so that way I could be like, oh, I need to work on that. Because you know what, when you're watching your form in the mirror and whatnot, it's one thing because you're watching yourself and you're doing it. But then when you go back and you look at it, because you're not actually like moving around and jumping, you're actually sitting in one spot and like focusing on what your move is, and you can actually see how everything is going. Okay, so it's workout 25. This workout is called Sexy Legs Workout. All right. So first one is tuck jumps and high knees. So I was gonna put my scores, but obviously, I thought I was recording, so I could go back and count how many I did. If because sometimes you lose count when you're working out. You're just going. You just gotta go. Sometimes you just gotta do it. So, but I didn't count any of my reps whatsoever. So we're just not gonna count this one. So, 2 is 2 dive bombers and then a star jump. So, if you don't know what a dive bomber is, I suggest you just go to the video. Yes. If you don't know what any of these are, I suggest you go to the video. Okay? Alright. Star jumps, yes. Alright. That one is a little bit rough. That move's rough. A little bit rough. Oh, I'm going to tell you, this whole workout is a little bit rough. That's pretty much how it's going to go right now. Because it's Sean. Yeah. If you don't know who Sean is, then just because you don't know Body Rock. Body Rock is pretty awesome. I'm not even going to lie. They're pretty cool. I have enjoyed their workouts for quite a while now. So, okay, let's see, 3. Okay, so what you're supposed to do is, it's an ab workout. What they mean when I say 4 opposite, 4 alligator, and 4 straight on is you'll be in a plank position. You'll do 4 across, 4 knee to elbow. So you'll do 4 of those. Okay, your knee will go to the opposite elbow, and then on the second part of this exercise, you'll do elbow to knee. So it'll be straight elbow to knee. So you'll be working on your sides. And then the third part is the straight on. So then just go and watch the video if you don't understand what I'm talking about. Okay, it's 4 opposite, 4 alligator, and 4 straight on. In other words, I put 4 across, 4 to the elbow, and then 4 straight on. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, but it does to me because, yeah. Okay, on Body Rock, they have exercises that have the same name but are totally different exercises. So make sure when they say side to side that it's the right side to side, because sometimes it could be on the floor, sometimes you'll be standing up, sometimes it'll be a lunge, it just depends. So just make sure you guys check out the workout and the exercises before you actually start doing them, and assuming, because they're totally different sometimes and they name them the same names. Okay, so then it says 2 pop-up push-ups, number 4. Number 4 is 2 pop-up push-ups, a hop up, and then 5 squat jumps. So pretty much just do 2 push-ups, and then go straight up into 5 squat. Number 5 is reverse pull-ups with one leg out. If you can't do it with one leg out, just do it with both legs down, because doing it alone is hard enough for me because I'm really overweight. But if you can do it with one leg out, I suggest you do it, and then you switch as you're doing the pull-up. Switch legs. And then number 6 is 4 sumo squats with a leg lift, and then 4 switch lunges. So let me tell you, it was one hell of a leg day. Thank you for watching. I appreciate everyone. If you have watched this, I hope it's not too long. It probably is. Make sure you comment, leave me anything, talk to me, I don't know, whatever. Do what you gotta do. Subscribe. Do what you gotta do. You know what? My arms are so lopsided. I don't understand. Look at it. It's like one. This one is like so gross. I don't know. This one just looks so weird to me. Maybe I'm just. Oh. I know. I'm a weirdo. That's great. Okay. I look like Invader Zim. That's cool. Alright guys, I will have to talk to you later.